Why did Icarus fall to his demise? Or rather, why did he fly to it? Knowing the possible outcome, he still sought after what he was told is unreachable. The story of Icarus is one of the most famous stories with a great weight of meaning. In ancient Greece, when the land was ruled by King Minos, a man named Daedalus was a brilliant inventor and a craftsman who lived in the largest island of Greece, named Crete. He built a massive maze named Labyrinth for King Minos. That maze was designed to contain the Minotaur, a mythical creature with a human body and a bull's head. It existed due to a monstrous union between Minos' wife, Queen Pasiphae, and the bull. That creature started growing violent and dangerous towards humans, feeding off human flesh, and was a source of shame and threat to the king's household, rather than killing it outright. Minos and Daedalus designed the labyrinth, a maze made specifically to contain the creature, so it couldn't roam free or escape. Afterwards, the Minotaur was used by the king as an instrument of power. Athens, the capital of Greece, was forced to send a tribute of youths and maidens periodically to be fed to the beast, until a hero named Theseus eventually entered the maze and killed the Minotaur. To escape the maze, Theseus needed help from Minos' daughter, Ariadne, who gave him a bow of thread to find his way back out. And from here, the king discovered that Daedalus, the creator of the maze, had revealed the way of escape to Ariadne. From here, Minos was furious and felt betrayed. He locked up Daedalus and his son, Icarus, in a tower in the maze. The father saw no way out but the sky. He fashioned Icarus and himself 2 pairs of wings out of feathers held together with wax and thread. He warned his son. He told him don't fly too low nor too high, because either the sea would dampen the feathers and weigh him down, or the sun's heat would melt the wax holding them together. However, out of sheer confidence and overreaching ambition, Icarus flew too high, and so the wax melted and fell to his demise. The basic conclusion of this story is staying in the middle ground and not going too far nor too low. But there is a catch. You will never know what you could have been if you never tried. Icarus knew what could happen if he flew too high, and yet he still, regardless, did it. Some see it as arrogance or ignorance, but I tell you, it's deeper, much deeper than just that. If he never went to that length and stayed on the safe zone, who knows if he could have flied higher. And he won't be remembered. It would remain as an unanswered question. Icarus didn't think about what may go wrong. He thought about what may go right. He challenged what his father said and warned him about. knowing that there is a chance his father may be wrong. What he did is what we call living a fulfilled life. He knew that it is better to shoot at the moon and miss than to aim at the bird and hit. He died drowning because of that, when he could have lived a longer life. But here I ask you, is it better to live 20 years how you want, or 70 years how you are told? And here my answer is what matters isn't about how long you live, but rather how you live that long. When Icarus flew near the sun, ignoring the warnings, he lived to the fullest and did what no one else would have dared doing, not limited by what others said, rather driven by it, to do what he believed. Even when he died, he had answers rather than questions, or thinking about a possibility later in life. Therefore, Icarus didn't die, but rather he lived in one day what others never did in a lifetime. But some may say, what if he simply found a simpler way later? In this context, the term later is what made the difference, and he didn't think about living later, but rather at the moment. What he did, he lived in one day more than what he could have lived in a lifetime. Because if he didn't, he may not get the chance once more to fly to the sky. When we see this, it's not different than our lives. We live every day, just living, but nobody is alive. All we say is when this happens, I will do X, Y, and Z. But what if the opportunity never shows up? Are you going to live an unfulfilled life? The answer is you have to take every day as a new opportunity to do so. No tomorrow is guaranteed, but only the moment you're in. The story can be taken two ways only. Either as a lesson to always remain in the middle ground, or to embrace it and live your life with no what ifs. In life, everything is perishable. For example, when you buy a fruit, you better eat it, otherwise, it'll spoil and go bad. That's how life is. You gotta live your days before they spoil. The issue with us is we attach our lives to things that one day will go forever. The end is guaranteed. We all will die eventually. So are you going to sit on your grave waiting for your time? Or rather, will you use it as a reason to live every single day fully? Problem is not with trying and failing. The problem is not knowing if you could have failed or succeeded. We put so much emphasis on what if it goes wrong, but we underlook the what if it goes right. As much as an idea could fail, it can also go where you want it to be. Maybe even better. In the end, no one will make it out of here alive. So why would you stress it? If you didn't do all you wanted, you will have regret of what if I tried. But if you tried and failed, at least you know the answer. And the pain of failure is temporary. but the agony of regret is eternal and keeps feeding on us from within. And from this, we can learn the art of struggle and suffering. To live is to suffer. Life filled with comfort won't have a meaning. Life is valuable because there is death. Comfort is valuable because there is suffering and struggle. If we strip one out, the equation falls apart. We learn only from failure, not success. Only after trying over and over again, we are able to improve. And that's how life is. Without struggle, there is no growth. With no growth, then what are we here for? The purpose of this essay is to incorporate Icarus philosophy into our lives. Failing or succeeding doesn't matter, because it all will perish eventually. What matters is doing what you want and love, not what someone before you did or wanted. Most of us nowadays study what they hate, to work what they hate, and next to who they hate, just to spend very little time with who they love or doing what they love. That's death, not life. Try what you want, do what you want. The end goal is saying, I did, not what if I did.